Ciao guys, how you doing?
Hello, from sunny Italy.
Exactly, makes a good change.
Yeah, so we just got our tickets, tram tickets. We're gonna take the tram. Right now we are in the neighborhood where Nonna lives because we are staying at Nonna's and at the parents. So yes, all like free accommodation this time.
Which is good for budgeting anyway.
Yes.
So
we just taking the tram and we'll be heading to the city center in Milan. And we read that there's this very sinister place just steps away from the Duomo. So we want to go and check it out for ourselves. So we'll be taking you there.
Let's go then.
Let's go. There is absolutely no wind at all. So from Lanzarote, like last time, it was such a good change.
Yeah, we're just on the tram as you see. We're going to be about 20 to 30 minutes to get into the centre where Duomo is, and then we're going to go from there.
Yeah, we got dropped right by the Duomo. See what service for €2. This is a lot grander than I remembered, to be honest. And last time we were here, it was over 3 years ago, so it's been a long time coming for Milan. So yeah, we'll be walking 5-6 minutes away from here to this church and see what it's like. Could that be the church?
Possibly. So guys, from the outside, looks pretty good.
Yeah, like a normal, let's say, church.
Yeah.
It doesn't look sinister or anything, so we can see why this place was kind of classed as sinister.
And it's one of
So
these things
inside,
where the exterior totally different to the
Yeah.
interior, or vice
Yeah.
versa anyway. So, but no, it's still quite grand. It's still quite big. But yeah, it looks regular as you said.
Regular,
really.
yeah. So we just see inside now. It's free to go in, by the way. And yeah, let's see what changes inside. Probably not what you're expecting. So let's go. And this church is called San Bernardino alle Ossa. Ossa in Italian means bones. So that gives you a hint of what there will be inside.
So guys, yeah, bit of a pooper. Wasn't the right church. Yeah, it's weird because on the map it looked like it was here, but I think it's just a bit behind it. So yeah, it got a little bit confusing. And obviously, you know, when you see a big church-like building, you think it's the one. So maybe that's why it didn't look like very sinister or anything.
Oh wait, could it be that one? Could it be that one? There's an entrance there as well. Shall we go in and see if that's the one?
You sure?
Well, not sure, but we can try.
Okay, let's give it a shot then.
And I believe it is, because it does say Santuario di San Bernardino Liossa, and then it gives you the opening times. And as I mentioned, it is all free to visit. So let's see. Let's see. So basically, yes, we have a paper here, and it does say that in 1145 this place was a cemetery where to bury the dead of the nearby hospital. And then after a few years, when the spaces were insufficient, then they decided to build another room to gather the bones. And then a few years later, then a church near the ossuary. And the people that are basically here, like the skulls and bones, are all people like old, not old people, like poor people, people that died, as I said, of leprosy. But then there's also an area where it says on the opposite side of the altar, so it should be on that side there, people that were beheaded as well, because they were violent, crooks, it said here. So people that died of a violent death were also buried there. So yes, quite interesting. And it looks like the King of Portugal in 1738 was so impressed by this church, the ossuary, that he decided to have one built in exactly the same detail in Portugal, in Évora. So that's very, very interesting. Apparently, there should also be the chapel to the right, should be the chapel like on the side. There should be a tomb of the maternal line of Columbus as well here. Very interesting. This we were saying is just the church adjacent to the ossuary, so yeah, completely different ambience here. So that's a nice contrast actually between that part, like the ossuary, and then this more like Baroque style church. So yeah.
I expected probably a little bit more bigger, more grander, but it was nice. It was all in like symmetry, you know, from each other. So you had, you know, pretty much the equal schools from the left, equal schools on the right. A lot of small schools actually. So maybe a lot of them could be children, or from the people from the time, could be just, you know, generally they say people were a little bit smaller back then. So.
So if you come here to visit this ossuary and this sanctuary, so it's going to be the one on the left, you see? That one is the Basilica di Santo Stefano Maggiore, which we initially thought was going to be the ossuary, but it wasn't. Still nice to visit, so if you can adventure in, it's still free. And then there's the ossuary right there, which we were expecting, as James mentioned, to be a bit bigger, but still, it was different than what we ever seen. And as well, I was thinking it could be also a reminder to mortals, to us all, that we all gonna have to die at some point. So by putting in all those bones, those skulls, you know, you get kind of reminded of what your end is gonna be at some point. So I think it's good, kind of like humbling kind of message that it's got. That's just in my opinion in the end. Who's this guy?
New mate. Mi amico.
Join us as we embark on a walking tour across some less touristy spots in Milan. See you there!